Most managers, coaches, and business owners think that leadership is all about influencing and leading other people first. But what no one tells you is this. You can't lead anyone else well if you're not leading yourself first. And right now, if you're in a leadership role and feel that your leadership feels inauthentic, you feel like a bit of a fraud, you're feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling burnt out, and you're just not feeling confident with it. Maybe you're constantly overworking to try and prove yourself to your clients or team. That is a big sign that you're not leading yourself first. But if that's you, do not worry, because everyone starts here. That used to be me. And this video is going to help you overcome that so that you can lead yourself, your clients, your team with authenticity and confidence. Before I get stuck into the video and go into how to do that, I wanted to let you know I've created the Complete Leaders Audit, which is a completely free audit you can take, and it scores you on the 3 key areas that you need in order to be an effective leader. It covers personal leadership, health and fitness, and public leadership. You take the quiz, it literally takes 2 minutes, and it will highlight and give you personalised recommendations based on exactly what you need to focus on to finally build your confidence with your leadership. It will then send through a detailed report with all of your scores all plotted out on a graph so you can see exactly what you need. And if you want to take that, the link is in the description. It's absolutely free and it'll take you 2 minutes, and that will help you straight away. When I first started coaching managers, coaches, and leaders, I assumed that most of them needed tactics or strategies on how to run meetings, on how to have a difficult conversation, on how to motivate and get the best out of others. And whilst those skills are very, very important and are a key part of leadership, I noticed a pattern that kept showing up time and time again. Even the smartest, most qualified people in an area were quietly struggling with self-doubt, a lack of energy, a lack of physical and mental health, burnout, overworking to try and prove themselves, comparing themselves to other people, and ultimately a huge lack of confidence within their role. And what I realized after years of working on this myself and with other people is that the actual solution to this starts so much more internally than you actually think. It starts with you. When you first step into a leadership or a coaching role, there are so many challenges that you're presented with. You feel like you need to earn your place and therefore overwork to try and prove your worth. You can feel like you're putting on a performance instead of it actually being authentic, like you have to be one person at work when you're doing your job and one person at home. You look confident on the outside, but on the inside you feel like you're crumbling. As a result, your energy levels can tank, your workouts, self-care, nutrition, all of those things can fall by the wayside and just generally stop taking care of yourself because you're always having to prioritize work. And you end up silently wondering, am I cut out for this? Have I actually got what it takes? I cannot tell you how many times that I have thought exactly that. But here's the good news, that all of these signs aren't signs that you're completely out of your depth. They're actually signs you've just hit a new level. And as I like to say, new levels, new devils. And when you reach those new devils, you simply need new skills and to acquire new skills in order to overcome them. And the amazing thing about skills is that they can be learnt. But the problem is, no one teaches you how to handle this part of leadership, the internal part. You've likely been on leadership courses, read leadership books, or been given in-house training at work. Or if you run your own business, you might have read books, you might not have even looked into this too much, but you know this is a problem and you know that actually you're going to have to lead your clients more effectively, otherwise you're going to burn out, or you're going to have to lead team because you need to delegate in order to help grow your business and not fry your brain and burn out in the process. And you might not have a clue on where to start. But one of the big problems with these sorts of day courses, in-house training and everything like that is that they can often be short-term symptom-focused things that focus solely on how can I influence and lead other people. And what it misses is the fundamental principle that you are a person first with personal needs and you need to lead yourself effectively first so that your leadership is an extension of who you are, how you operate on a daily basis, your values, your standards, and that's how it feels authentic. And that kind of change and clarity cannot come from a day course. It cannot come from one training session of in-house coaching. That sort of change comes from years of reflecting, applying things, and real lived experience. And ongoing coaching. So that's the big problem with those things. And I'm going to share in a little bit how I do things differently that actually fixes that. And the amazing thing is that when you get this right, you'll feel authentic in your leadership, and that how you lead your clients or team is simply an extension of who you are and how you do things. So you can be the same person whether you're at work or at home. You'll feel confident in your leadership and the value you're delivering, so you won't feel this incessant need to overwork, to prove yourself and end up burning yourself out in the process. Because you'll be doing so much better there, you'll also have the headspace to look after yourself physically and mentally, so you can get in great shape, look after your body, and not neglect your health and fitness that underpins everything else that you're trying to do. And all of these things mean that your work can become an important part of your life, not take over every single waking thought because it's so overwhelming. So if you want that, I want to show you how to do that right now. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Isaac Lewis, and I help managers, coaches, and leaders get into fantastic shape physically and mentally so that they can lead their clients, their team, themselves with confidence. And if you want to do exactly that, here is where to start. So this is the exact model that I use with clients in order to lead from the front. And there are 3 key pillars that you need to master in order to do that. The first one is personal leadership. So personal leadership is where we can take you from being unorganized and chaotic and turn you into someone who is organized and proactive. And this is about you as a person. So the way that you can do this is by learning how to plan effectively. Learning how to set boundaries for yourself so that you're not saying yes to everything at your own expense. And actually really mastering your inner game and mindset so that you become someone that thinks like a leader. When you have all of these things, that is when you have mastered your personal leadership, and that's when you're going to be organized and proactive. And this is the fundamental thing that so many people are missing because they'll go straight to trying to lead other people. So we have to start here. The next pillar is all about health and fitness. So actually taking you from a position of being unfit and unhealthy to fit, healthy, and energized. Look, let's be honest, a strong leader has great energy, great presence, and looks like they genuinely look after themselves as well. And when you're doing that through effective training, whether that's in the gym and exercise and fitness, nutrition, that supports your body shape, your performance and your energy, and effective recovery so that you're not always stressed out all of the time, and effective sleep. When you have all of these, that's when you've mastered your health and fitness. And we need to have these fundamental things because these underpin your ability to show up for other people. And the showing up for other people is the last pillar. That is all about public leadership. And that's where we can take you from being a poor leader to being a confident and inspiring leader. How to do this is through mastering skills like communication. You have to be able to communicate clearly, concisely, and effectively in order to be a leader. Mastering relationships with other people. This is a fundamental thing so many people get wrong. They focus on KPIs, on trying to hit processes, on trying to influence and get what they want. You need to have effective relationships with people because people are people. They care about how you make them feel first and foremost. So that is a very important skill in order to having great public leadership. And lastly, management. Yes, things like KPIs and processes and keeping people accountable is very, very important. So management of other people is a very important part of leadership. But this is exactly how you can become an authentic and inspiring leader, and you can lead from the front. When you do this right, this combination changes absolutely everything, whether or not you're a new leader, whether or not you've been in the role for a while and you've just kind of gotten a bit lost with it, or maybe you've just been put there but never given any proper support or coaching on it, or whether you're actually losing your confidence and you feel that you're not adapting or keeping up to date with the environment and the times. Public leadership, yes, is very important. You do need to have skills to have great communication, to get the best out of others, to help motivate others, to be respectful and make other people feel good and safe, but you cannot focus on that on its own. In order for it to feel authentic and you to feel genuinely confident with it, you have to have the personal leadership skills that underpin it and how you live and lead yourself. And you need the health and fitness because that is how you can manage stress effectively. You can feel great in your own body. You have to have those things in place as well in order to be a truly effective leader that ticks all the boxes and covers all bases. So I really hope you found this useful. Thank you so much for watching. So whether or not you're a new leader or you've been in the game a while, I really hope this has given you a new perspective, and I really hope you found it valuable. And if you did, I'd love for you to drop a comment and say what your biggest takeaway was. And if you would like to complete the Complete Leaders Audit that is completely free, it takes 2 minutes, just hit the link in the description, fill that out, answer the questions, and it will send you through a personalized report of exactly what you need to focus on so that you can start doing this for yourself. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.